Hello YouTube, it's the world's least known YouTuber, B3, back with another kicking, you guessed it, graphic novel review. Last time I said that this time I would be doing the greatest Superman story ever written, and I honestly believe that it is. All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison with Frank Quitely and Jamie Grant. That's right, the All-Star Superman. So one day Grant Morrison was like at a con, signing autographs or maybe just attending, I don't know, I wasn't there. And he saw a man in a Superman cosplay just sitting down like on a stump or something, eating a sandwich, just having a little lunch break. And Grant Morrison thought to himself, that is exactly who Superman really is. He is more powerful than all of us. He has more good in him than all of us. But at the end of the day, he's just a guy who's content to just sit down, have a sandwich. And this book is everything Superman should be, could be, would be, and is. It's perfection. Everything I want in Superman. It's kind of a modern story, but all the elements of it are from a real classical kind of golden age Superman stories and stuff. Golden. And, oh, it's just so good. If you have some kind of learning disability and can't afford the book or anything like that, there is an animated movie version you can get rather cheap. I think you can even watch it on the DC streaming service. Very affordable streaming service with lots of great options. I'm not promoting it, I'm just saying. I wish I could have it, but my internet sucks and I can't stream. Which is why I read all these books all the time. But if you can't afford the book, or you have a disability or something and you can't read it, the movie does an excellent job of putting this book on the screen. It is extremely faithful. The animation in the movie looks exactly like the art in the book, for the most part. Dwayne McDuffie was a god, and he is a god up in comic book heaven. And I miss him. I miss his ass so much. Dwayne, please come back to us. But All-Star Superman is really a perfect Superman story. So, Lex Luthor finally does it. He tricks Superman into flying too close to the sun. Superman absorbs too much solar radiation, more than his body can handle. And his cells start to burst because of all the solar radiation. And, uh-oh, Superman is dying. So he thinks he should reveal himself to Lois. And since he's dying and has all this extra solar radiation in him, he's like way more powerful than usual. He even gains new powers. He does all this stuff with Lois. He does all this stuff as Clark. All this stuff is Superman. And it's just really, really helpful. It's great. It's lots of smaller stories that all string along his bucket list, kind of. He kind of has this bucket list. Get Kandor a new planet. Try to give Lex Luthor a chance at redemption, even though Lex Luthor killed him. Help out this Bizarro world. There is so much that he wants to get done before he dies. And it's really just a fantastic book. There are a lot more stories in it, like the Bizarro story I mentioned is not in the movie, and etc. It's a really good story. There's a lot going on in this book. So many things happen. I'm not going to tell you how it ends, but it's one of the greatest comics of all time. All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely, and Jamie Grant. If you do not like Superman now, you'll like Superman after reading this book. When I have friends who say they don't like Superman and I try to get them to like Superman, this is the first book I throw at them. You can't read this and not like it. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I will be seeing you all next time when we talk about God's Eternal Sin. Just kidding. We're doing Flashpoint tie-ins.